What if I would get paid more than $10,000 for one video client? That's exactly what I asked myself when I started my video agency in 2016. And now today I charge my clients a minimum of $10,000 so they can even be working with my video agency. It's absolutely insane. And in the next couple of minutes, I'll explain you how you can get there too. So let's get right into it. So the number one thing that has changed for me since I started my video agency is that I now sell the value I provide to the client and not the hours that I spend on the work. In the beginning, I had an hourly rate and just charged the client the amount of work that I did. It was like a 10-hour project, 20-hour project, 30-hour project, whatever, and then I charged accordingly. Now, there is a problem with that because you are limited to a certain amount that you can charge per hour, because you cannot go to a client and say, oh, I cost $500 an hour, because they will say, well, you cost more than a lawyer, you cost more than a doctor, I'm definitely not going to pay that. And I mean, they're right. I mean, why would they pay a 20-year-old kid $500 an hour? It doesn't make any sense. So I came up with, hey, let's charge a daily rate, let's charge a half-day rate. But same spiel there. What's going to happen is at a certain level, you're going to be capped because they're not willing to pay you more, and you're going to have the problem that you're trying to push everything into one day because the client doesn't have more budget, which then shoots yourself in the head because you're now going to work overtime, yet you cannot charge the client more. So I thought to myself, there has to be a better option, and that better option is value-based pricing. Basically, what you want to do is you want to find out how much revenue does the client want to make? How many employees does the client want to bring in? How much growth does he want? How much brand awareness does he want? What's the reason he wants to make that video? And then once you know the true goal, once you know the specific reason why he wants to produce a video and what he wants to achieve, that is when you come up with a number, right? And that is when you find out what it's worth to them. So you ask them, hey, so what's your budget for this? And typically they don't give you a budget. And then you say, okay, so I could do this video in a range of $25,000 to $30,000 in example, even though you only want to charge 10, right? And then the client either says, okay, that's fine, and you jackpot, or the client says, well, that's way too much. And you ask them, well, so what's the maximum you can do? And then the client is forced to drop a number, and then you decide if you want to work with that number or no. Now, if you're a videographer in 2023, I can promise you, you can double your prices right now and you can get away with it. Because as long as you're not getting price pushback from every other client, and I mean true price pushback, that they will never ever work with you with that price. Not just say, oh, that's a bit much or that's too high for us, because these are objections that you can handle. But if there's true price pushback from every other client, then you should stop increasing your prices for now. But as long as that's not happening, you can keep increasing. And I can promise you, most videographers right now in 2023 can double their price and nothing will happen except that they're going to make double the money for the same amount of work. The third key to charging premium prices as a videographer is to specify in one specific niche. Be ready to pick one and stick with it. Now, it doesn't mean that you're married to that niche and you can never do something else. It just means that when you market yourself, when you position yourself, when you do sales, that you are in that niche and everybody knows you are the expert, and you turn into an expert fairly fast because all the other videographers are literally doing videos for everyone, and therefore they have no positioning. Because you have the positioning, people will then come up to you because in comparison to these other videographers, you look way better and they're willing to pay you more because you are the expert. Now, the fourth thing is kind of obvious. It's providing exceptional customer service. Yet at the same time, it's not obvious at all because most people completely fuck this up. Why? Because they're thinking, oh, exceptional customer service is texting back within seconds, texting back within a couple of minutes, but that's not what this is. Exceptional customer service, even though that's a part of it, is you being proactive, you delivering a smile to their face every single day, you letting them know exactly what's going to happen throughout the project, exactly what the milestones are, what the deadlines are, sending them personalized gifts, personalized welcome cards, finding out what kind of sports they like, and then sending them tickets to their favorite team's game, etc. Like, all these things make a customer super happy, will deliver better results ultimately because the customer looks at it from a completely different perspective. And also the customer is willing to give you referral after referral after referral because you make them smile, you make them feel like a friend, like family, and that's exactly what you need to do. And the fifth thing in order to become a premium videographer is to stick to your prices and not explain. So when a client asks you, oh, $10,000 for a video, that's so much, why is that so much? You don't have to explain, you don't have to say, oh, that's because I have employees, I have expensive gear, I work so much on this video. Nobody cares. The only thing you're gonna say is, well, that's how much it costs to be working with us. The demand is high, what we provide is awesome. So, are you in? And that's it. You should stick with your prices. You're a premium videographer. You don't have to explain. There doesn't have to be a logical reason. They just need to see the value why you're charging this much. And typically when you are confident and you say something like, hey, that's just the amount that is needed to be working with us, client will just accept it and we'll be like, okay, cool, sounds fair, let's do it. Now, obviously, all these things that I've just told you are not as easy as they may sound. So in order for you to get the step-by-step plan on how to implement that and finally get your video business to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month, and that within 60 to 90 days, you should be checking out this free video training I did about the Video Business Academy consulting program. It's linked right here around me. Just click that right now and I'll explain you exactly how you can get there too, within 60 to 90 days with a 100% success guarantee and with a free video that you can watch just now. So go click that and we'll see each other there. See ya.